Hey, second hour. I'm sorry I'm not here with you again today. I've been a little sick. I actually have pneumonia. Not sure how that happened and not what I want to be doing right now. I would much rather be at school with you all, getting to know you, learning about what music you like to listen to, and getting school started. But I have to listen to my doctor, and I have to listen to my husband, and I have to listen to my mom, and they're all saying I have to stay home today and tomorrow so that I can feel better and hopefully be back on Wednesday. So that's my plan. I'm trying to rest and get back on my feet so I can be back at school on Wednesday. In the meantime, Mrs. Rains is with you. She is awesome. If you don't already know her, you're going to love her. She's going to take really good care of you. And so if you have any questions, please ask her. You are going to love the time that you have with her. So, but I do not want us to not get class started just because I'm not there. And so luckily, now that you all have your Chromebooks, this is really awesome because I can still walk you through Canvas and we can get things rolling. So I'm going to turn the screen around if you'll hold tight for just 1 second. And I'm going to open up my browser, and it might look just a little different than yours. That's not what I want. Okay, you're going to type in your web address, and remember that is jacksonr2.instructure.com. So right up here, if you have forgotten what that is, there is the web address, and you can push pause on this video if you need to so that you get the spelling right. It has to be completely right. So you're going to go to that, website. You're going to type in your username. So I'm going to put mine in. Mine is a little different than yours. If you have a question, ask a classmate about how to get into your Canvas. It's the same login that you use for logging into your Chromebook. So we're going to log in, and your junior high music appreciation class looks like this. The picture probably looks a little different than what it did last week, but it still says Junior High Music Appreciation, JJHS. You're going to click on that. All right, real quick, I'm going to go to my student view because my screen right now is going to look a little different than yours. So if I go to student view, that's going to make my screen look exactly like yours. All right, so this screen, you're going to get used to seeing these units right here. This is what we're going to operate out of for the rest of this semester. Right now, I bet you can't guess which unit we're going to start with. You guessed it because you're all so smart and brilliant. We're starting with Unit 1. So all you have to do today, click on Unit 1, and eventually you're going to see all the weeks listed here for this. But since this is our first full week of school, you'll click right here where it says Week 1, August 14th through 18. And then you're going to go through the things that we're going to work on today. So first things first, we're going to put you in a seating chart. Mrs. Rains will help you do that, but if you want to take a look at it here, whoops, those are not your names. Let's reload that. Sometimes it likes to act a little goofy. All right. Oh, there we go. Everything looks much better now. So 8th graders, you're going to take up the first 2 rows at the front of the class. 9th graders, for now, you're going to have the back row. And as you can see, you're in alphabetical order by 8th grade up here. 9th grade's in alphabetical order back here. You won't stay that way the whole time, but that's just going to help me get your names learned for those of you that I don't already know. And also, this is good for you to know whenever we have emergency drills, which we will go over those when I get back on Wednesday, hopefully. All right, so that's after Mrs. Rains gets you done in your seating chart, which she may have already done. Then the next thing you can do is click on this, and this will give you instructions on how to set up your Remind on your phone. That way you can get messages from me. Sometimes I like to remind you, hey, don't forget you have a quiz tomorrow, or don't forget you need to bring in this music example, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe it'll be, hey, don't forget we're having a food day and you can bring some food to share with the class, or something like that. So this is going to talk you through how to do that. You're probably familiar with this because I know a lot of other classes use this. So instead of typing in the to box on your phone to mom or to your best friend, Jamie, or whoever they may be, you type in 81010, and the message is just at L Eads, and then you'll join my class. When you're done with that, go back to week 1, and then we have an online discussion. And I want to know what music you listened to this weekend. So it's going to bring you up to those replies. These are my instructions, what I want you to do. Just tell me what you listened to. You don't have to go deep. You don't have to give me some drawn out musical analysis. You can just say, hey, this weekend I listened to 21 Pilots and my favorite song was Heathens, or whatever it may be. I already put a reply on there. So once you reply, you'll also see my reply. So I have it set that way that you have to reply before you can see everybody else's. So make sure that you're using good respect and that you are allowing other people to like the music that they like, even if it might be different from yours. All right? So take your time and do that. And then we'll go back to week 1. The last thing I want for you to do, and this is actually going to go into tomorrow. You can see Soundtrack of Your Life project, and then tomorrow we have finished the Soundtrack of Your Life. And you'll probably use the rest of today and all of tomorrow to get that done in class. So I'm going to walk through that with you. All right, so I want you to think back through your life and all the big moments that you've had. Our biggest one was when we were born, but you probably don't remember that. But you might remember when a younger sibling was born, or maybe when you got your first pet, or maybe the first time you saw the ocean, or whatever it may be. Choose 5 to 7 of those big moments and tell me about them, all right? You can do 5, you can do 6, you can do 7. If you get really into this, you can do more. I totally don't care. After you do that, I want you to choose one song that makes you think of that moment, okay? So if you choose 5 big moments of your life, then you need to choose 5 songs, all right? So like you may have, for me, my big 5 moments would probably be the day I got married. So I would choose a song that was performed at my wedding, the day each of my kids were born. So I think of songs with them. Whenever Justin was born, my youngest, I can remember every time I hear the song Sweet Escape by Gwen Stefani, I think of Justin because that was the song playing on the radio when I was going to the hospital to have him. Or I might think of the song Feels Like Summer by Weezer when I think about this past summer, because I listened to that song a lot, and it reminds me of the summer of 2017 and the vacations that I took with my family, which was another big moment. So that gives you some options, maybe some ideas of what to think about. Some of my high schoolers have done this project before, and they have done it where that somebody did it when they got their dog and chose a song that makes them think about their dog. Or somebody else gave a song of when they first saw the ocean and went that way. So that gives you some ideas. Be creative with it. Like I said, you can do 5, you can do 6, you can do 7 moments. It's totally up to you, but you have to do at least 5, okay? All right, so let's go back to your screen then. Okay, then you're gonna write me a letter, and you're gonna explain these moments, and it needs to be in paragraph form, 5 sentences each. So if you have 5 songs, you need 5 paragraphs. If you have 6 songs, you need 6 paragraphs. All right, you get the idea. 1 song per moment, okay? Then I want you to choose one of those songs that you can share with the class. I realize that not all of these will be things that you want to share with everybody, and that's totally fine. You don't have to be like, I'm going to show all of my deepest, darkest secrets with everybody. But maybe you could take one of those 5 that you'd be okay sharing with the class, okay? And you can make a Google slide if you want. You can draw it on a piece of paper. You can get the album cover if you want. Sometimes I'll show you. I like to go to Google image search, and you could find you could just find the album cover. So like for mine, whenever you'll see my from my discussion post, when I put in the Black Keys, and that was the song that I did, and then my images are taking a long time to load. This was the one that I chose though. I chose this image. So I might just want to take this and make this be the picture that I put on my slide. And then I can talk about what this song means to me, okay? And a memory that I have for this is I went to this concert and saw this with my cousins, and it was a really great time. So that's one way you could do that, okay? You'll share those in class whenever I get back. So the big thing is just being creative on that. All right, one last thing. Submit the assignment. You have to click on that button up there. Sometimes it gets people tripped up just a little bit because they're like, I'm not, oops, I went back too far. I'm not ready to submit my assignment. I haven't even done it yet. This should say, really, I think, start assignment. So if you start your assignment, then you can start, and you can just write your letter right in here. Dear Mrs. Eads, here are my 5 big life moments. Number 1, the first moment, blah, 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 blah. Number 2, and then don't forget, and this is my song, and this is why I chose that song. And then you go to the next one, the second moment, and this is my song, and this blah, 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 blah. And of course, using proper punctuation, right? If you want to do it through Google Drive, you can do that. If you want to do it and send me something with a website URL, the easiest way is just to do text entry. Bada bing, bada boom, you're done. Click submit assignment, and then you're all done. And that's all you have to worry about, all right? So if you have any questions at all, you can email me. Remember, my email address is on the syllabus, and I did put it on the Remind page as well. So it's leads, EADES, at jr2mail.org. If you need to email me, I'll have my phone with me because I won't be going anywhere because I have to sit here so I don't lose my breath and so that I can get better. So I'll just be sitting here and waiting for you to email me and tell me how your day's going. I'd love to hear you because I'm just here sitting at my house trying to feel better. Anyways, have a great day, and I will check back in with you later. Bye.